So I was looking up slasher movies on YouTube to watch that are free to watch, like that people have uploaded, because they don't have any like company anymore to back them. And I was looking through these slashers that YouTube had, and they had this movie from 1988 called Memorial Valley Massacre, which in a lot of locations in the world it is referred to as Son of Sleepaway Camp, which I knew that this wasn't connected to Sleepaway Camp. I knew it was just a cheap like reasoning to make it profitable. Um, and I think I've watched Cinema Snob's video of this, but I can't remember. It's been a long time, and I think he made it years ago, a couple years ago. So I did want to see this just to see if it would be at least fun bad. But oh my god, this was terrible. I hate to say it was terrible, but this is awful. Memorial Valley Massacre. It's not entertaining in terms of being bad either. It is just dull and bland, and it is a definition of a cash grab because they call it Son of Sleepaway Camp just to give it recognition, because this would have never gotten any recognition. Even in 1988 on video, I feel like this would have made people would have watched this, but I feel like a lot of people would not probably like this. And if you like it, that's totally cool, but I couldn't stand it. I thought this was awful. The movie basically is about this guy who has been missing for years, and at Memorial Valley, is it Memorial Day for, I forgot what it's called. Is it called Memorial Valley, the actual camp? I'm blanking on it now. I think it was called that. But at this camp, these people lost this kid years ago. And then there's this kid who he's literally like a caveman, where like he doesn't know how, like he doesn't understand human language. He doesn't understand anything. He's just this axe-wielding maniac. So these campers all come to the camp, of course, for Memorial Day, and killing. But it's so bad and so uninteresting, and some of the kills are like cutaways, so they're boring too. This was just so bland and so dull. I could barely think of anything to even say about this movie because it was just so uninteresting. It just didn't have... And I know that slasher movies, by definition, are basically the same movie every time, but I think that slashers are really fun, and this one just was so not fun at all. It was just so uninteresting. And it is low budget as shit. And again, slashers are low budget. A lot of them are, especially in the 80s. This came out in 88, so this is whenever the slasher craze was really, really big. So it looks like it is really extremely low budget, and I hate to use that as a thing against it, because some low budget horror slashers I think work, but this does not work. It is so bland looking and just so uninteresting, and the effects, there are literally no effects in terms of like makeup or anything. Like there's this one character who the kid throws into spikes, which are just randomly there. A bed of spikes. They throw this guy into the bed of spikes, and you see the shot of him laying there bloody, like he got the spikes impaled in him, and you see little spikes on his chest, but they're bent. Like they're literally just there bending and moving, like with the wind. Like it's that bad of how it, like it to me is a definition of just a trying to bank on the slasher craze in the 80s. And again, there are a lot of them that do that, but I think that a lot of them are interesting and a lot of fun and entertaining. This was not. This was just, for me, so bland, so dull, no charm. Besides the fact that the killer is like this kid who's like Tarzan, I guess, basically. Like he's away from the world, and he doesn't understand humans, and he kills them because he's just been hiding in the woods forever. And the ending, I won't spoil it, I guess, even though you probably completely know where it's going to go, but the ending, there is a kill where it literally is the kill from The Final Terror, which is a 1984 slasher movie, which honestly I didn't even like that much, but it literally copies that. And I just thought that, man, that made it even worse that like it copied that, and I didn't even like the Final Terror, and I liked that more because of just the thought of this being worse. Which is so unfortunate because, like I said, slashers can be fun even if they're extremely low budget, but this was just, to me, no charm, nothing about it. It looked bland, plain. Nothing about the characters stuck out to me. There were no interesting performances. There was nothing. It was just bland, dull, and to the point, a cash grab for the 80s. And again, cash grabs can be fun to even, but this just was not fun. Yeah, this was awful. I could not stand this. God, this was interesting just to talk about, not to watch. Like, I'm glad I'm talking about this, but I could not stand the movie itself. So overall, this movie was really, really terrible.